France bans 2 U.S. pesticides, citing risk to bees.
Here's a summary of the article.
French authorities on Wednesday banned 2 U.S. pesticides which ecologists deem harmful to bees. A court in Nice, ruling in a case brought by 2 ecological associations, banned the products from U.S. group Dow AgroSciences, on the grounds that their containing sulfoxaflor was harmful to bees' nervous systems. The court said sulfoxaflor was liable to present a major risk of toxicity to pollinators. The court had already suspended the Transform and Closer brands products from sale in 2017 after they had received initial clearance from the French Food and Safety Agency ANSES. The maker of the products concerned in 2017 rated the sulfoxaflor-containing product lines as less harmful to biodiversity than a range of other pesticides which European authorities have increasingly restricted over the risk they are feared to pose to bee well-being as well as to aquatic life and fish. Dow AgroSciences is now known as Corteva after Dow Chemical and DuPont merged 2 years ago. The Nice court found that measures to reduce any risk to bees by for example not applying the pesticide during the blossoming season were not sufficient to permit its use, citing previous concerns highlighted by EU authorities.
This post received a score of 43,692, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Those 2 products, Corteva Transform and Corteva Closer, are not neonicotinoids which are already banned in the EU because of the harm they do to bees. The active component in them, sulfoxaflor or isoclast, belongs to a class of substances known as sulfylamines. In the US, the 2 products have been approved by the EPA, despite concerns from beekeepers on July 12, 2019.
EPA and other control institutions in the US are jokes. From the EPA Environmental Hazard Statement. This product is highly toxic to bees and other pollinating insects exposed to direct treatment or to residues in, on blooming crops or weeds. Protect pollinating insects by following label directions intended to minimize drift and reduce pesticide risk to these organisms. So why are they not prohibited again?
Because the EPA and FDA are underfunded, understaffed, and owned by the larger corporations.
Especially when under a Republican administration. Remember when the EPA did its job and reduced what would have been smog levels akin to Delhi or Shanghai if they didn't act when they did in the 70s? I do. What's crazy is it was Nixon, Republican, who established it. How far we've fallen.
Nixon did it because baby boomers were starting to vote and cleaning up the environment was their key issue. I'm 40 and the environment is so much cleaner than when I was a kid. So many species that weren't around when I was a kid now are regular sights in my backyard: hummingbirds, hawks, coyotes.
And yet boomers seem to be the main force behind shitting on the environment now. Guess they don't care now that they'll die before it's a problem.
Boomers made the first Earth Day, April 22, 1972. Correct me if I am wrong.
Good move, France.
Thanks.
Holy shit, France is in the chat, guys.
Oui, now sois sommes.
Croissant.
Royale with cheese.
The reason that sulfoxaflor is used instead of neonicotinoids is that it's less toxic to aquatic animals, it doesn't stay in soil for a long period of time, and the breakup components of sulfoxaflor is not toxic to pollinators. So the question now remains, what will they use instead? Will this be better or worse? That is the endless question. Until everything is banned, they will use something. Now consider the fact that the companies and farmers that uses these products are dependent on pollinators, so they are not very likely to use something very harmful to them. However, insects pose a great threat to harvests, the food that we humans needs in order to not starve, so they will use something regardless. They might start using diazinon, imidine, malathion and 7 instead, which is highly toxic to bees if they aren't banned yet. Did not look that up.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.